Hi, Henry. Just came on. We're getting it set up here. Let me mute myself here from the YouTube side. And I'm be sitting here this afternoon. I'm working on getting stuff ready to go to the model show this weekend. Got a lot of models I need to clean up and see if anything needs to be touched up and fixed and whatnot. And that's basically what we got going on today. I'm doing pretty good. Spent most of today fighting with the government over healthcare because I'm now eligible for Medicaid. So they canceled my part of my disability, put it on there, which means I have to pay more money for my health care and I get less coverage. So we spent the day arguing with them. I had to, they wouldn't, this morning pick up my meds and they wouldn't pay for any of them. So we had to get an argument. Now finally that's all straightened out. But that's how I spent my day. So I said this afternoon or this evening, I was just sitting here going to clean up models to go to the show this weekend. And so I might as well just click on the live button and we'll, if anybody wants to come in and chat, I've got the link at the top of the comment page and you're welcome to join. We are just going to basically cleaning and polishing and starting to fix models if they need to be fixed and getting them boxed up and ready to go to the show, the IPMS show in St. Louis on Saturday. I got the PT Cruiser ready to go. He's all in his case. Some models I will pack. If I have cases, I will pack them in the case. Otherwise, if I don't, or if they don't fit in the case very well, then I will wrap them in either microfiber, cotton cloths, or bubble wrap, and then I usually pack them in old kit boxes. I can, depending on the model, I can usually put 3 or 4 into one box, depending on the what it is. Like the Rommel's rod, it has to go in a box by itself because it's so long. It has to go in the box site and an angle. So it's the only one, I can only fit the one in there at a time. Sorry about the sunlight from behind me in the window. Nothing I can do about that for another hour or so. That's just the way it is. Hey, Jess. Yeah, I got it all straightened out now, but say it's costing me what was everything was free is now $200 a month plus $40 copay for my meds. But we got that. Finally got it straightened out today. I get to go tomorrow and I get to pick my meds up. By the way, Jess, I wanted to do a shop card swap with you if you're willing to. You can get my email off of my about page, or you can if you want to come in, hop in on this or anything you want to do. You get me the information. I'd be happy to send you out. I'll send you out my old shop card now. I've got new shop cards coming for Acme. But I'm not going to debut get any of those out until after Acme. So if you're at Acme, I can give you, or actually we can do it there, I guess. When we're at Acme, we can, if you bring me one, we can trade cards at Acme. So let me get back to where I was cleaning. The new one. This is the new one. It's got the Pro Street Goat, the Pro Street Cutlass, and the Pro Street Fiero on it. So I'm gonna at Acme is I'm gonna start handing those out, and then they'll be available for mail after Acme. But anyway, I said we were gonna start. Gonna move this a little bit. Yeah, that's fine, Jess. I'll bring. I'm gonna have them at Acme, so we can swap them there. Or if you want to do it before then, I can. You can email me an address, and I'm happy to send it out to you. I got one from who did I get it from? From Tom Willis, Plastic Buzzard. I got his today. I'll put that in my next video update. And then if you're hanging here, the cars I'm cleaning up for the show now are the same ones that are going to Acme. Once I get them packed up for this weekend, they'll stay packed up until after Acme. Right now, I'm working on my Pro Street Fiero, getting her cleaned up. I don't see anything that needs to be fixed on it, but she's a little bit dusty, so we're going to dust her off. Maybe put a little polish on it, and that's not the one I want. There we go. So we're going to clean make sure all the dust and goo is off of here. And then we'll get her packed up for the show this weekend. Should be seeing Miguel is going to be there. Hopefully we'll be able to get together on the skeletons for the Ramos rod. And we'll get that finished up. I'm planning on bringing that to Acme as well, even though it doesn't really. I guess it does fit in. It doesn't. But who cares? It's only models, right? So let me get a little polish here. A little bit of blue cloth. This blue paper towel, kitchen cloth or whatever, kitchen paper, whatever you want to call it, from Harbor Freight is some good stuff. It's way better than any of the stuff you buy in a grocery store. It doesn't seem to have as much lint on it, and it's a whole lot more sturdy than the normal kitchen rolls. This Fiero, if you're not familiar with it, was in like 1985 Hot Rod magazine, or 87, somewhere in there. It's a Pro Street, high output 4-cylinder. It was a 4-cylinder Pro Street. And the cool thing in that issue of Hot Rod, there was also a company that made an adapter kit to put a small block V8 into these little buggers. I can't imagine what having a little 350 small block in a car this small, but they figured out how to do it. So that's what I based the. Hey, Fred. Yeah. Did you get to see the video on that last one on the PT Cruiser? It turned out great. Let me pop him out of here. I'm a big fan of Snap, especially the newer Snap kits. They're as good, if not better, than some of the regular kits. I mean, it's just curbside. I mean, and it goes the chassis screws on instead of being glued in. But other than that, I mean, that thing turned out awesome. That's definitely gonna be on the tables at Acme, so you'll get to see that one in person. It'll be on the tables at the show this weekend. So I've got our Pro Street Fiero looking good. He's looking good, ready to go. We're gonna wrap him up in some bubble of wrap, and he's going to go into the box. And then these, and after they get in all wrapped up in the boxes here, then they actually go into plastic totes, and then I go in my car and I carry them on a hand cart when I get there, so they don't get bounced around too much. Yeah, we're gonna have probably three snap kits at the I bet that green looks awesome. I can't wait to see it. I'll be watching your video on Friday for that. I'm a big fan of green. And then I'm gonna have new shop cards available starting at Acme, Fred. So make sure I give you one. Gonna bring plenty. Okay, there's our. So it's just kind of this one's got envelopes in it too, but I got bubble wrap or the air bubbles at the end here. I pack it in bubble wrap, and with small cars, I can probably put three in one kit box and transport them safely. Next victim we're going to work on is our Pro Street 67 GTO. This is another fairly recent build, so all it's going to need looks like it's a dust. I don't see anything popped off or loose on it. So we're going to do a dust and a polish. On the ones that the hood does open, I usually take them off and wrap that separate, just to keep it from getting lost or tore up. Or if it comes loose in the box, it doesn't rattle around and cut stuff. But okay, let me do this real quick. We got some activities going. Let me put the chat up on my television so I can see it. Because I can hardly read it on my screen. My eyes are so bad. There we go. Yes, saying I like to wrap my hoods up separately from the car, unless it's one that just really fits tight. Then I know it's not going to go anywhere. And these Harbor Freight paper towels are perfect for that because they're extra thick and paddy. This is the first show I've been to since, well, I guess I went to Acme last year, but other than that, this is the first IPMS show I've been to since before COVID started. It's been a while. I'm really kind of excited, looking forward to it. I won't win anything, but I don't care about that. So we got our hood all wrapped up. I'm going to do a quick dust and polish. And I will dust them again as I put them out on the tables and do a quick final inspection to make sure everything survived the ride all right. There it is. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought about doing exclusively for Acme, but then I know not everybody can be there, so I'm just not going to hand any out until Acme, and then after that, anybody that wants one, I'll mail it to them. But I had a drone. I crashed it and never got around. It broke it up bad, and I never got around to getting another one. I had fun with it while I had it, though. I got mine. I caught a gust of wind, and it pushed me right into the power. Pushed it right into the power lines, and it cooked it. It smelled like death when I get picked it up. Once you let that magic smoke out, it's all over with. Okay, that one is done. These packing pillows are great for this kind of thing. They don't weigh jack, and then they'll conform to whatever you need it to fit to. So we got those ready. I will make an exception if somebody sees me at the IPM show this weekend. I will have the new shop cards with me. Okay. Up next, we have our Mako Shark, which is a snap kit. Surprise, surprise. Another really great kit for being a curbside snap kit. Even the stickers and decals were good on this one. I was able to use all of them. It has the decals for basically all the markings on the car, and then all the badges, and then you have a sticker for the clock, stickers for the instrument, for the gauges, and then like the badges on the gas tank and the front bumper were stickers, but they were really nice. Fit in perfectly. Once I clear coated over them, you can't tell the difference. Yeah, the drone I had was just a basic model. It didn't have all the fancy automatic return home and stuff, but it relied completely on my ability or lack of said to fly it, which is probably why when I got a gust of wind, it went into the power lines. This one's got some smuts on the windshield. A little soap on there. There we go. I wish I'd had the super chrome when I did this bed. It would have made things a whole lot easier. It's a whole lot less work than the foil. But we managed to get it together anyway. Let me go get another box. Here's the cool thing I have for shows. These are, I use these for bases to put my car on. They are super sliders. They're for your furniture, to slide them across carpeted floors or whatnot. And they are perfect size to put a car model on. And you can sand them down and paint them whatever color you want, or make them kind of roadway look like a roadway, like I did with this one. And they are cheap. I think I got they're like four for $8 or something like that. They're about $2 a piece, and they're just the right size to set a car on. Okay, next we're gonna do. I put that in earlier. Forgot to put my GTO badge in with my GTO. Up next, we're gonna work on our 57 Chevy. This is another snap tight kit. See you later, Ron. Thanks for popping in. So I just was bored and decided to, as long as I was sitting here cleaning, I might as well yak. This 57 is the first one that I use super chrome on, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. That's actually about 50-50. There's some super chrome and there's some bare metal foil. Get some splits in the trunk gap there. problem with black cars, they show everything. My life, I've had one black car, and that was one too many. Especially parked in a parking lot in the summertime. It was just horrible. That was before the automatic start thing was a normal thing. So couldn't even kick the starter on before it started up and hit the air conditioner on before you got to the car. Okay. Yeah, we got some polishing compound still down in there. Hey, Joey, I got the chat link on there if you want to pop in. I'm just yakking away while I'm cleaning up cars to go to the show this weekend. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you there? I'm sorry. I can't actually see the. There you go. There you go.
Hey.
I couldn't actually see the screen from where I was sitting.
That's all right.
I watched the cat behind me, and
yeah.
I'm on this side. I can't see the. I have to get down here to see the screen on the computer.
All right. Hang on a second. I need to walk across the shop and grab my scissors. Be right back.
Okay.
All right. I have been 3D printing all day.
Ooh.
For my record build, and got these front wheels printed off. Can't really see them on the cam, but the tire is a beautiful tire, but it ain't big enough, so I'll save those two front tires for the diorama or another kit. But yeah, and then I'm printing off a big block to go in this wrecker as well. I'm trying to open a bag of snacks.
That new one from Miguel?
Huh?
460 Ford? You got 460 Ford from Miguel?
No, it's a big block Chevy for the wrecker. It's a Chevy square body, but here's them wheels. That's the front. They're not painted yet. I'll be able to use the rim, but the tire is too small. So I resized the tire, but them rims, they're going to get painted up with this AK Super Chrome.
Oh, you're going to love it.
I finally got me some.
That's some awesome stuff.
Yeah. That's what everybody's saying. I trust you and Frederica down there in chat. He likes it. You like it. Oh. But I got the 3D printer running right now. It's doing my bead locks and some other parts. And then I'm going to clean that off and start some more.
I did all the chrome on the 32 Ford with that. And then I did some of the chrome on this 57, but done with the Super Chrome.
I can't see it where you got me on big screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. This one has some of it is super chrome and some of it is foil.
Yeah.
I was working on this one when I got that super chrome.
Right. That was good.
The 32 Ford was all super chrome.
Yeah. Somebody asked me last night, which I didn't have the answer for them, but they had a question about super chrome. You know, is it once it's dry, is it okay to touch?
Yeah, you can touch it. I wouldn't rub it too much, but I mean, just you can
Yeah.
handle it. Yes.
Yeah. They must have got bad information because they said somebody told them that they sprayed some parts with it and let it dry, but it still ended up with their fingerprint in it. And I said, well, they did something wrong, I bet.
Yeah, because it dries really quick because it's alcohol based.
Yeah. And what primer do you use, or if any?
You don't have to use any. I mean, they're going to recommend a chrome or gloss black under it to get the best chrome appearance, but you could do it. I did the let me grab the Ford here. I shot
Yeah.
that just straight over the resin.
Yeah. Well, that resin I'm using is black resin, that water wash resin, and the tires. It looks awesome with that printed in black. I don't even have to paint the tires. Mr. Hobby Black Primer. Yeah, but where these rims are printed in black, then I probably shouldn't need to prime those at all. Just paint the
No,
AK on. And,
as long as it's smooth, it doesn't have a texture to it. You should be fine.
nope, it's smooth, and um, I could take if I needed to
So that's
something to dull it up a little. Oh
that was
yeah,
all super chrome there.
the wheels too.
Yeah, the resin
Yeah,
wheels,
nice.
everything. Everything is all
That's
super chrome.
beautiful. Well, the way everybody's raving about how good that is, man, it makes me want to just anytime I get a kit, just go ahead and strip all the chrome pieces and spray it with AK.
Yeah, I do. Depends on how the chrome looks when you get it.
Right.
Some of it is not bad, and some of it looks horrible. Or you'll get a lot of
Okay.
times where they
Hmm.
attach the bumpers or something,
Right.
then it's visible, so you need to clean it up and paint it, or they'll have a seam through it or flash where you got to clean up the part,
Right.
which means the chrome that's on there, so you have to redo it.
Yeah. The only black primer I've got, Fred, is Rust-Oleum. Would it cover over that? I guess, or should I use a different primer, different brand anyway?
I usually use Duplicolor or Tamiya primer,
Right.
depending on what it is.
But I like that AK Super Chrome. How it's ready to spray right out of the bottle.
And you can brush paint it too, right
Yeah.
out of the bottle.
And I've got that airbrush here now from Harbor Freight. If that don't work out for me, Bob, I ain't gonna take it back to Harbor Freight, and I ain't gonna let you buy it either. I'm just gonna send it to you and say,
Yeah,
here.
that's the way you feel. I have one right here, and I use it all the time.
Yeah. So Rust-Oleum wouldn't be a good choice, Fred. Is that what you're saying?
I like to Rust-Oleum's an enamel, like Fred is saying. I like to stick with lacquers.
Right.
But
Well,
that's a personal choice. I mean, a lot of people use acrylic
yeah.
primer.
I don't have that kind of Tamiya NATO black here, so
Okay.
Yeah, I was tickled to death to get my package from Anycubic today with all my water wash 3-year resin, because I've had these files sitting, excuse me, on my hard drive.
Yeah, that's going to be my next purchase. I might talk to my family and see if they want to get me a printer for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'd much rather print them than to buy them. I don't mind buying them, but for what I pay for one set of wheels, I can buy a whole bottle of
Yeah.
resin.
Yeah, I won't use that, Fred. I don't remember what's on that grid that's printing right now. I know the bead locks for my wheels is on there. I think a couple of the rear tires, which, like I said, I won't be using them now on this build, because after I printed the front ones, I didn't look at them before I started the second print, and daggone it, after I started that print, that's when I looked at them and realized, shit, these are like a half a millimeter too not tall enough. They needed to be about 4 millimeters tall, and they were only 3.5. Well, Fred, I'm old school like that, and I'm learning all this new product stuff you can use, and which I'm sure it's been around for ages. I was just always accustomed to using Rust-Oleums and duplicolors and things like that. But anyway. Hey, Manny.
I kind of picked the brand of paint based on the color that I can find or that I want. Depending on who has the color I want, that's what I go with.
Yeah. I've always had good luck with Rust-Oleums. Like my 32 Ford Roadster, I painted every bit of that with gloss black Rust-Oleum with black primer from Rust-Oleum. Turned out great, I think. But I really prepped the body and cleaned it good, and before any primer went on it at all.
This is what happens when you order a kit from Great Britain and they ship it in brown paper.
Wow. It looks like it had a real truck on top of it.
I think somebody did step on it.
Wow.
Fortunately, Ravel sent me a new one.
It'll buff out.
Yeah. They sent me a new body for it, but fortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah, they shipped it from Great Britain and they just wrapped the kit box in brown paper.
No.
It did come with the big fancy new instructions.
Right. I'll be right back. I need to walk over here at the 3D printer, see where we're at.
That is. Okay. The old Tom ready to go.
%98%. As soon as that's done, I'm gonna have to skin off of here and go rinse all that stuff off, get it off of the grid plate, and start the next burn and then hightail it next door because I was just invited over there for dinner.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna cook me up a can of manwich for dinner tonight.
Well,
I haven't had it in about 10 years, and I saw it in the store the other day. I said, I'm gonna get me some of that.
right.
Okay, 32 is ready. 57 is ready.
Miguel, Mr. Miguel, got the new nickname. You ever watch Seinfeld where there's you got the soup Nazi?
Yep, no soup for you.
Yep. Well, you got Miguel, the 3D Nazi. And when he's teaching you, if you're not if your brain is not as fast as he talks, you will get yelled at. And I got yelled at today. He and that's when I came up with the 3D Nazi. You don't pay attention. No lesson for you. Oh shoot! Look at this guy. He just sent me 8 pictures. He's printing today almost everything I've been printing. Almost to a T. He's printing it for somebody. Somebody that's got a Ford, I would say that's probably pork chop. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Ravel's probably liking this old Tom group bill because they
Yeah.
sell lots of Fords.
Yeah. That print is done, so I'm gonna scan out, get that cleaned up, get the next one started, and then run next door and eat. And then,
All right, thanks for stopping in, Joey.
yeah, if you're still on, I'll jump back on in a little while.
I got about 3 more cars I want to clean up, and that'll be the end of it.
Yeah. All right, buddy. We'll see you.
Hey, Manny. Nice to see you in here. I was thinking about doing a shop truck, but we got the USAC build starting, so I think I'll use that to build a shop truck. I may double it up as my cancer awareness build too, so maybe a triple dipper. It'll be my cancer build, be a USAC build, and it'll be my shop truck. Another black car. Next time I decide to paint a car black, somebody needs to shoot me. Hood taken off and wrapped up. It looks all right. I'm real happy I bought that acrylic case earlier this year. It's making my cleanup a whole lot easier. These cars are not sitting out and getting dust on them all day long, all night long. Yeah, this black cars, before I can even get them clean, I've already got dust coming back on them. Okay, there's that one. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna stop at 10. That's all I'm gonna take is 10. If I go that high. This was a cool kit. It's overpriced for what it is. This is the Hasagawa Coupe series. They're all 66. All the kits were 66 coupes. They did a Pontiac Bonneville. They did a Chevy Impala. They did a Buick. They did a Ford and a Chrysler. All in the. They all came with a resin girl figure. I did before. I used to use a lot of the. Well, they'd sit around for a while till I got around to buying these plastic cases. But I bought that big 24 holder acrylic one off of Amazon. It's like $180. And it was the best purchase I ever made. Once I got it put up, it was a pain in the ass to get hung on the wall. Especially when I was here by myself that day. But it's got the magnetic lid that closes down, and it keeps a little 90% of the dust and goo off of these cars. That was the problem I have with my airplanes. It seems like once a week I'm in here knocking dust off of them. And this one had the Tester's color change paint on it, the pink champagne, and it's really nice. I'm really a fan of their color change paints. They've got a blue one, a green one, and I just saw one the other day as a silver shimmer that I'm going to try out. Looks like it's basically just clear with the silver flake in it. So it'd be nice to put on anything, especially something like a gasser that you want it to be extra sparkly. We'll get some more. Well, mine do too, but except when they go to the show. But say before I had that case, I was buying, I'd buy 3 or 4 of these, and then I'd run out, and it'd be 6 months before you think about buying any more, and then all the cars are dusty and dirty. But now I actually have extras of these because I moved them all into this big case. Grab some more padding. Yeah, putting in the case is what I did with this petty car. As soon as I got it done, literally it went in. I got it done, shot the video on it, and it went into the case. And it's gonna stay there until the show on Saturday. I got a few in the living room, but yeah, there was some negotiation involved with that. No, I didn't really win that battle until my guitars were pretty enough I could hang those in the living room. Take up the space of the taking a valuable real estate from the porcelain dolls. But now I'm getting the basement refinished, so we'll have room. I have more room for my stuff. Down in there. Okay, those two are ready. Is that it? Yeah, I think so. I think that's all the cars. I need to work on the Phoenix. Oh, my NASCAR build? I can put it up there again. Even got my included card in there. The Kyle Petty Pontiac Grand Prix. It's the first NASCAR I've done in about 30 years. Oh boy, he is dusty. At least with this blue, it doesn't show it's dirty until you start cleaning the other parts, and then it's like, man, it was dirty. My batteries. Yep, they're working. This is my favorite Gotcha Man or Battle Planet ship. Never did like the other one, the chicken one, the Chicken Phoenix. And it comes with the Phoenix head, so you could put that on there. But I think it looks a little bit cheesy on there, so I just put it under here on the stand. That's how I display it. And the kit's not super expensive, but they want almost as much for the lighting kit for it as they do for the kit. And it was basically four LEDs in a battery pack. So I built my own. We put the so it's got lit afterburners, and the auxiliary engines are lit, and then the cockpit up here is lit. But I'll throw some fresh batteries in that before Saturday because it'll be on all day. Man, dusty. Part of this dust is from the sideboard redoing the basement down here to give me a little more personal space for myself and for my models and whatnot. And I'm not having to build models on a bulletin board set on the bed anymore. I can actually have a bench, which made things nice. Okay, so we got him done. Get him packed up. And say goodnight. And this is the last one we're going to be taking to the show this weekend. Well, there's one more, but I'm not going to go dig it out. I got a big B58 that's going. But we're taking Blue Thunder. We just built him, so he should be fairly clean. Made the prop or rotor separate on purpose, just for this reason, so we can get in there and clean it and pack it. Nice thing about cars is if you run out of room, once you built them, they'll generally will fit back in their box that they came out of. But not so with airplanes or starships. Once you build them, they don't fit back in. Have to make sure to put this side to the front on the table, because on this side I put the registration number on upside down. Or I might put it the right way around and see if they actually notice. Because I didn't notice until I was completely done, and I had it on upside down. Because it's upside down. So instead of being 25102, it's basically looks like it's backwards, but it looks like 50152. But the numbers are backwards. This was a cool old kit too. See you later, Fred. Have a good night. This one is the original monogram. Yeah, Drew, we're still here. I'm just farting around, cleaning up models, getting ready to go to the show this weekend. Cleaning up all the basement dust off of them. And I figured as long as I was sitting here at the bench, I might as well turn the stream on and see if anybody was out there wanting to hang out and talk a little. I guess you're back at school now with all the snot rockets. He fit in. Yes, he will, but the rotor won't. Ah, it will fit. Hot dog. Cool. Making any progress on your B58, Drew? He's wanting to talk to me. No, Facebook Messenger. I need to go remember to turn that notification off. Facebook Messenger drives me nuts. All these chat rooms that I don't want to really be part of, but they're sprout from the groups that I'm in, and you end up every time somebody opens up a new chat, you get 18,000 notices. Hey Kenny, cleaning up models for to go to the show this weekend. Just finished cleaning up Blue Thunder, and I got just finished cleaning the Phoenix. I got to find a box to pack him in. I got all my cars packed up, cleaned up, packed up. Well, these two aren't in boxes yet, but the PT Cruiser and the Kyle Petty car are not boxed up yet, but we're working on it. Showing this is what happens to a model car when they pack it in brown paper and ship it from the United Kingdom. They don't put it in an outer box. It reminds me of the Men in Black scene where Kay's at the post office, and then he tells the lady shipping the box to go home and do it again. Okay. So, like that picture of the your V2 that you got working on, Kenny, with the launch base. That's really cool. I've got mine. I've got it put together. I just haven't figured out how I want to paint it yet. I want to do the black and white original thing, or the camo version, or do it like one that was captured and brought to the U.S. I'm looking forward to it. It's like my one big trip of the year anymore is just going down there. I used to travel all over doing shows, but after I got sick and then COVID kicked in, I kind of put the kibosh on that. I go to the local show here in St. Louis, and then go to Acme, and that's about it. And of course, now that they moved the weekend of Acme, it's the same weekend they're having the model car show in St. Louis. So I already had my rooms booked stuff for Acme, so we're going to Acme instead. I think I'll have more fun there anyway. I was fortunate that Revell just recently repopped those kits, and they were able to send me a new one. Well, they didn't rebox them. They re-released them in the U.S. And of course, in the U.S. they come in the square box, and that one came in the flat box with the big. I did get the big color instructions instead of the smaller ones, which I'm looking forward to. This is nice to have them done that way. Of course, I said, but had a kit that I built not long ago that had the old style instructions where it just showed a picture, an exploded diagram, and it had a list you had to read through and said, but part 1 to part 3, and and kind of figure it out as you went along. They do one just not too far from you, Kenny. I think in Pensacola. There's an IMS show they have every year. Yeah, Acme's not just it's closer for you than it is for me. It's about 8 hours for me to go down there. But I said it's my one road trip for the year. Going down there. I used to go up to the show in Chicago every year too, but once they moved locations, it wasn't nearly as nice, and it was too crowded. And they moved it in from a school where they had 2 gymnasiums to use for the show to moved it to a hotel that had just a small banquet room. It just wasn't big enough. But this year they've actually moved to the county fairgrounds up there in Chicago, so probably gonna be a whole lot better. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go because it's the weekend after Acme. I don't think I can pull off going 2 weekends in a row. Yeah, that's the XKE, or the E-type, they just call it. Yeah, this is the 2020 release, the European. So it was the European boxing, and it has the big flat box. It was this shape instead of the normal square kit box that we're used to seeing here. But yeah, they packed it. I bought it from Great Britain, and they shipped it. Just wrapped the kit box in brown paper and sent it, and it arrived as flat as a pancake. Fortunately, that was the body was the only part that was ruined. The rest of it's all right. I had that's twice, actually thinking about it, that's twice coming from Great Britain that had packages that were just packed in brown paper and sent. The What about that Eurofighter Typhoon? It was same thing, and it was smashed too, but there was no damage to the kit. It was just the box that was torn up. Yeah, man, Kenny is a good one to be sub to. Um, he has some amazing stuff. He does some amazing stuff, and I generally cost him money because I find cool kits and build them, and he decides he has to have them, so he goes out and buys it. Goes out and buys them. Let me get a drink of water here. Even the decals are nice for the Jaguar. I made you this Jaguar from my cancer awareness build. Which reminds me, if anybody hasn't watched the video on the announcement for the cancer awareness group build, do that. We'd like to have you join. It's going to be hopefully a really big deal this year, as we lost two great modelers to cancer this year, Chris and Don, and as well as hits everybody's family hard, and it's a terrible disease, and it's hard to live with the people who going through it. It's hard to watch their pain and suffering sometimes. Hopefully they find a cure for it, and hopefully we can raise awareness to help find a cure and honor those who are fighting or recovered and got lucky in recovery, or those who lost their battle with cancer, that we can honor them and spread awareness and share their stories. And Kenny's kind of helped me out with the he did the title card for the group build. He I think he's done one out pretty much every year since I took over the group build. I think he's done the title card for that. And if you decide you want to be in on the group build and you want a copy of that, you can either get in touch with Kenny or me, and we can send you the JPEG of it so that you can use it on your videos if you want, or you don't have to. That's up to you. But I know a lot of people that do a lot of group builds, and some people don't like, but I think this is, if there's any one of the year that you should try and get involved with if you can, that this would be it. And there's no rules really. It's whatever you want to build, however you want to build it. And even though it's from October 1st to October 30th, it doesn't matter. If you wanted to start now, if you're a sole builder and want to start now and do it, that's fine. Or if it takes you till January to get it done, that's fine too. Uh, it's probably the most casual group build on YouTube or Facebook too. And I guess me, we now, I don't really do Instagram or Twitter or definitely not TikTok. I'm way past the TikTok era. But yeah, I'm thinking I was going to do the 55, double up the 55 Ford with the USAC build and cancer awareness. But now I'm looking at that. The more I'm looking at that Jaguar, I'm thinking that I might do that for the cancer awareness group build. That would be a nice kit to have done and ready, and it puts me under pressure to get it done a little bit because I want to take it to Acme. So Acme is the last weekend in October. And I've seen this kit built, so I know it builds out nice. My brother-in-law always liked Jags too, and it was on one of his favorite cars. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll do the Jag instead of the truck. Yeah, that when we lost Chris, that kind of hit me hard because even I hear on YouTube, I don't think I ever posted a video that he did not comment on. Everyone, at least one comment. Uh, I appreciate it, Kenny, and I'm glad. And it was Kenny's idea to change the name to honor Chris, which I thought was a great idea. So we went with that, so you can directly build in honor of Chris, or say your mom, or your dad, or your brother, your sister, your cousin, your uncle, uh, cancer survivors, people who are struggling with it, the people who lost their battle, and even the people who are left behind. That sometimes they have the hardest time. The people that are left behind, uh, when a person dies, their suffering and pain are over. But those of us that are left have to have the struggle. So last year I did I did a car in steel just for that reason, to honor those of us left behind that had to be as strong as steel to go through the struggle. But we're getting kind of gloomy. I don't want to do to you guys. I had a '67 Chevy pickup truck, 3-speed on a tree, and a wooden floorboard because the metal one had rusted out, and it was my favorite truck. I loved that truck. Had the straight 6-cylinder engine in it. They got about 30 miles to a quart of oil, but it would keep the skeeters down. Every time you started up, it would drive all the skeeters away. But I loved that truck. My brother had one too. I had a red one and he had a blue one. I wish I still had that truck. Even as rusty as it was, it'd be worth a whole lot of money now. Yes, I'm one of those old parts that knows how to operate the headlight switch on the floor and knows how to use a choke on a car. Yeah, it'd be cool, Drew, to see you. I don't think I've ever. Have you ever done a car on your channel? I don't remember. I know you did a tank not too long ago. Well, in the last year or so. If you're like me, you build most. I know you do mostly aircraft, but sorry for taking me a while to answer, guys. My my chat seems to be lagging quite a bit. Yeah, Mobius. I don't think I've ever had a bad kit from Mobius. Uh, or Pegasus when they're all the same. I guess now they're both Pegasus and Mobius are the same company. Uh, yeah, it would be time to do another car. So I go through cycles quite a bit. I've done, well, over the summer, I built 5 helicopters and 1 airplane and then half a dozen cars. And then I'll go through a spat where I'm doing nothing but planes or starships. I've got on my, well, I'm working on Drago right now. I can pull him out. He's a long-term project number 1. Long-term project number 2 is the Constitution. That's hopefully going to do that this winter. But Draco is my current long-term project. I got to get some epoxy sculpt so I can finish putting together. He's gonna need lots of filler, but that's his basic shape, minus his wings, because I don't have enough hands to put his wings on and hold it up right now. But I gotta take lots of filler. I was able to do some of it by heating the vinyl up and reshaping it, but not all of it. Probably go through 2 jars of epoxy sculpt on him. But I don't have to have him done until June. The only thing I haven't really built much of are figures, other than just a little things like little pilots to go with the planes. I've not done any like full figures and I don't. Darth Vader doesn't count. He was basically a snap together kit, and then I put lights in him. But there we go, knocking snap together kits. It's something I really like to build, but he was not good quality. The old AMT kit or MPC kit. Yeah, and he had the plunger under the handle under the dash that you had to switch from heat to turn the heat off in the summertime and open up the vent panels so that you could get cool air in there because there was no air conditioning. But it did have wing windows. I miss the wing windows. That's the one thing on cars that I miss. I loved having wing windows. They were probably my favorite part of the old cars was having the wing windows. They were great on the days that weren't super hot or super cold. Well, we'll catch you later, Manny. Thanks for dropping in. So I'm not going to do this on a regular basis. Just when the urge hits me, and I know there's not anybody else having a live on, I will maybe pop one up. Because I know we have Terry's on Thursday, and Pappy's on Friday, and Brian's on Saturdays, and Joey's on Sundays, and Clint has on Mondays. There's basically one almost every night of the week, and I don't want to be tied down to a schedule, so just be whenever I feel like doing it, I guess. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that's not going to happen. I think I've seen, I want to say I've seen a couple places that had a 3D print matched up with the rest of that set because I kind of think Batgirl got canceled. I'm not 100% positive on that. Yeah, I'm just using the webcam on my laptop on my uh, on my HP CloudBook or what it cloud. I guess it's a CloudBook. I have a Chromebook too, which I don't like the Chromebook as much. Even though I use Chrome for my web browser, the Chromebook I just don't like it as much. Yeah, I'm just using the. If I just start doing this more often, I'll get a second. I'll get an actual webcam and shoot it down so you can see what I'm doing better. Because if I put the screen down so you can see what I'm working on, then I can't read it. Can't read the comments or see what's being posted, and I have to constantly turn around and check the chat on the TV behind me. Are you gonna go ahead and get that garage kit one, Kenny? Is that what you're gonna do? 'Cause I know that the monogram ones are uber expensive. If I'd known how much they were selling for, I'd have sold this one and bought one of the garage kits. Oh, Vader matters. It's just that MPC kit was horrible. I mean, I made it work in the end, but glowing, glowing the glow in the dark eyes and a glow. Well, here's the lightsaber for him right here. He gave Vader a green glow in the dark lightsaber. That's blasphemy in itself. Unfortunately, I had that acrylic rod that I used to make stands for my aircraft that I was able to stretch out like sprue and make a lightsaber from, and then I just painted it with a candy red paint. I've got one of the Bandai Vaders in there. Eventually, I guess I'll probably do them. Of course, some of those look like the old Kenner Kenner 3-inch figures with the joints on them and stuff. But I guess if you picked out a pose, you could go in and fill in some of the joint work and make him look better. Yeah, I've got one of the Bandai Vaders in my stash. I got him from all the way from Australia. I was the lucky viewer of the month and won the won him. Well, I'm gonna do this for about 5 or 10 more minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off because I've done said about everything I had to say for the evening. Got my models all cleaned up, ready to go to the show, except for the B-58. But I got to go clean it up. But that's a live chat is when your wife is awake. Depends on what size you want, Drew. I mean, there's the big 350s. The 22-inch one that Kenny did was really looks good, but that's a lot of work to put the cutaway back together into one. So you basically got, and you got the newer 1000 kit, and you got the original 18-inch, which is the one I have. Of course, those 350 kits are getting expensive because they're not in production anymore, and they're huge. And I know that round two's coming out with the new Enterprise, the Discovery Enterprise, and the Strange Worlds Enterprise, or the Discovery one, I think is already out, and then the new ones from Picard, the Titan 2, and the Enterprise. I guess it's a G. Yeah, that's like 1,000 scale. The one with the Enterprise in the Botany Bay. I think it's around 2 MPC AMT. I don't know which banner they put it under, but it's around 2 on that 1,000 scale Enterprise with the Botany Bay. It comes with the stand and the whole works. And I do believe Ralph has a lighting kit for that, but I'm not sure, 100% sure on that. If he has one for the 1,000 scale or not. With the bizarre collectors and stuff. There's always the Cadet series, which I like because it was the only time they've done every ship in the same scale. You got Enterprise, the Refit, the A, the B. I think is the B in there. I think there's B in there. B, C, D, E, and E all, and the NX-01 all in the same scale, all in the same 2500 scale, which was a cool concept, just to have them all in the same size. Because the original Enterprise almost looks like it would fit in the shuttle bay of the Enterprise D. And then the old Romulan, if you can find them, the Romulan warbird, that I think it's like 3,000 scale, so it's a little bit smaller, but it's still close to the same size. Or if you can really get lucky, you can find the Adversary set that had the little Klingon bird of prey and the Romulan warbird and the Ferengi Marauder all in the same box, same kit. This is the same thing. This is round 2. They were called the Cadet Series. On the small ones, you got like 3 of them in a box, and there were different sets that you could build the whole. And they even came out with one set that had all the Enterprises in it in the one box. This one actually came out of the F-104 Starfighter from round 2. They had the F-104 Starfighter and the Enterprise to represent Blue Jay 4. But yeah, was called the Cadet Series, and they're all 2500 scale, and they're all technically snap tight kits, but you glue them and paint them up. And I've even seen a couple of people get lights in those little suckers. It's more work than I'd want to put in, but they have done it. Yeah, that round 2 has all the licensing for Star Trek. So anything Star Trek related is going to be, or Polar Lights. Yeah, it's going to be they're going to have anything Star Trek related. So they've got the Cerritos coming out. They've got the Titan II and the Enterprise G, which is the same ship, coming out. They've got the Strange New World Enterprise. What else do they have coming out? They just did the shuttle, the 32nd scale Galileo shuttle and interior kit. Which I don't have. I used to have one of the original shuttles, the little guys, but I don't know what I did with it. I got lost somewhere in one of the moves. I had one I built, and I had another one in the box, but I have no idea what happened to it. Got lost somewhere along the way. All right, well, it's been an hour and a half, guys. I'm glad you guys joined in, and we'll do this again sometime. Happy having you here. Got to shoot the breeze a little bit. So give me something to do while I was cleaning up models, and we will say we'll do this again sometime. Don't know when, but sometime. You have a good night, everybody, and we will see you next time.